I want you to watch this with me until the end, because I need to know if you noticed the same thing I did. While many are only talking about the video of Jungkook training with Taehyung, there was a detail in his black shirt that immediately brought Jimin to mind. Then came Jimin's confusion over an emoji, which some tried to turn into a controversy, although those who know him know perfectly well what his heart is like. But that wasn't all. The moment when Jimin completely invaded Jungkook's space with his playful attitude also went viral again, and Jungkook's reaction says it all. And finally, we'll talk about the beautiful gesture Jimin made for Maggie, leaving all of ARMY completely touched. A video recently surfaced showing Jungkook and Taehyung at the gym together, and to be honest, they look great together as good friends working out. But what really caught our attention was Jungkook's black t-shirt, which immediately reminded us of the black t-shirt Jimin wore during their last concert. Many people are saying it could be the exact same shirt, or perhaps not, but upon closer inspection of the video, this detail reveals a habit they share. While the information isn't fully confirmed, it's clear that our Jikook loves to share things so they can stay connected even when they're apart. They always find ways to carry something of each other's with them, no matter where they are or what they're doing. Seeing Jungkook wearing this outfit in his daily life shows how important Jimin is to him and how they support each other in everything. Whether or not it's Jimin's shirt, we know that Jungkook is always thinking about Jimin, and that Jungkook will always wear little things that remind him of Jimin. No matter how far apart or busy they are, they always find ways to show their affection with these small gestures that we as fans know so well. It's a clear sign of their relationship and how much they care for each other, demonstrating that their bond is strong and that they always carry Jimin in their thoughts wherever they go. On the other hand, Jimin is using yawn emojis and thinking they're surprised emojis to comment on dancers' social media posts with praise. We all know Jimin is a little confused about the yawn emoji since we've seen him react that way of surprise on several other posts. It's clear to us that he just wanted to leave a message of affection and admiration for the people he works with, showing how thoughtful he always is. But we all know Jimin doesn't do it with bad intentions, and I know he'll soon realize what that drawing on his phone means. That's why people who are spreading misinformation are actually thinking Jimin is a bad person when all he's shown us is his incredible heart and beautiful feelings in public. It's not fair to try to attack him for such a small detail online when he just wanted to send a nice and sincere message to his colleagues. To err is human, and we shouldn't point fingers at him for a simple mistake like this that can happen to anyone using their phone. Jimin always behaves with great respect, warmth, and love towards all of us and those around him. The way Jungkook supports him and the closeness they maintain as a couple in Jikook confirms the enormous heart Jimin has. We, as fans, will always defend the truth about his character and the great affection he conveys in everything he does. Jimin got incredibly close to Jungkook's face, microphone pressed firmly against his mouth, raising his eyebrows and even sticking his tongue out directly at the camera. This reminds me of when a younger Jungkook said that one of the things he liked most about Jimin was precisely his cheeky side and his spontaneous way of acting. Seeing this moment on screen clearly shows the great freedom with which they interact, demonstrating that the spark between them hasn't changed at all over time. It's incredible to see that even years after starting their careers, they're still exactly the same, Jimin playful and daring at every opportunity, and Jungkook completely charmed by his little quirk. Every time Jimin makes these kinds of gestures near his face, Jungkook's expression changes immediately, and you can see how much he enjoys the attention. The trust they have on stage is absolute, allowing these moments to happen naturally and without any shyness. The way they interact in that moment reveals how comfortable they are being so close to each other. Jimin knows exactly what reactions to elicit, and Jungkook responds so transparently that there's no doubt about the great chemistry they share. They're simple gestures within the show, but they're loaded with a very clear meaning about how they get along and their enjoyment of playing so directly in front of everyone. This time, it was really difficult for Jungkook to concentrate while they were both standing together on stage. With Jimin beside him, performing so effortlessly, Jungkook simply couldn't take his eyes off him for a second, remaining completely focused on his every move. He even tried to mask the tension by playfully patting Jimin on the back, but his eyes couldn't hide what he felt, and he ended up looking Jimin up and down quite obviously. They tease each other constantly during these performances, and I absolutely love it when they have these lively interactions. You two are truly beautiful together, the chemistry is palpable, and your appearances are flawless, looking absolutely gorgeous in every shot. The way your eyes meet shows that there's a very special connection that can't be hidden when you share the same space. When Jungkook loses focus so obviously because he's staring at Jimin, the attraction and comfort between them is clear. They don't need to say a single word to understand each other, as their gestures, pats, and fixed gazes say absolutely everything. This moment on stage is direct proof of how well they complement each other and how natural it is for them to display such a strong connection in public. Jimin liked an Instagram Reels video that compiled the best reactions of Maggie, the young army who completely captivated so many fans during the band's show in Foxborough, USA. This particular video was uploaded to social media to commemorate the exact number of years Maggie and her family have been supporting the group, accompanied by a very touching message that read, "We are celebrating 5 years of sharing BTS content, and Thursday's show was the most amazing way to celebrate this milestone. Thank you to BTS and ARMY for being a part of these past 5 years. We love you." This direct gesture from Jimin, pressing the like button on that specific post, demonstrates how attentive he is to the expressions of affection sent to him by fans from all over the world. Knowing that Jimin took the time to carefully review this content and decided to like it confirms once again how sweet his personality is in his daily life and how much he brings joy to the entire community. Maggie loves him dearly and has shown her admiration for him for quite some time, so seeing Jimin acknowledge her video so publicly and clearly demonstrates the enormous affection he feels for his fans and how much he values the sincere support they give him at every concert. These kinds of actions undeniably reveal his great humanity, as well as the natural connection he always likes to maintain with the people who closely follow his artistic journey. These interactions on digital platforms don't happen casually or by mere oversight, rather, they represent genuine examples of how present Jimin is in the most beautiful moments shared online. It's truly beautiful to see how an artist of his stature connects so genuinely with such an important family memory as that of this young fan in the United States. His positive attitude toward community posts and the empathy with which he responds to these gestures are fundamental characteristics of his behavior, demonstrating that he constantly seeks simple ways to reciprocate all the affection and dedication he receives daily from his fans. This humane and attentive behavior perfectly reflects the sensitivity he maintains in his daily life and with those closest to him. The way Jungkook understands, values, and supports Jimin's noble personality blends seamlessly with these acts of kindness and respect he performs on social media. Seeing Jimin behave with such tenderness toward his followers reveals his true character, confirming once again the deep connection they share and why their story together remains such an important reference point for all of us. There's such a profound love in the way Jimin hugs Jungkook so tightly that words could never fully describe it, no matter how many times we try to explain what we see on screen. When this close and special encounter between them happens, it feels so clear and evident, as if, for a single instant, the entire world around them disappears, leaving only the two of them sharing that space. It's not simply an ordinary hug or a fleeting greeting in front of the cameras. You can see that they truly find a piece of home in each other, resting in total silence in the warmth of a sincere embrace that gives the impression it could last forever without either of them feeling the need to separate. The exact way Jimin pulls Jungkook's body closer to him is a very clear and detailed observation, acting in every second almost as if letting go at that moment would mean letting go of something incredibly precious, valuable, and irreplaceable in his life. For his part, the natural way in which Jungkook chooses to stay there, held completely enveloped in that warmth and comfort without making the slightest attempt to move away or hide his feelings, demonstrates the enormous trust, refuge, and absolute peace they feel when they are so close to each other. There is something unbearably tender and real in this entire scene that we can see directly in the images, showing us that the physical closeness between them conveys an impeccable security that completely surrounds them. Sometimes, when you love someone far more than human words or spoken phrases can express, you simply don't need to say anything at all for the other person to understand what you feel. In those moments, There's no need for speeches, long conversations, or explanations for those around you. You simply hug that person even tighter to let them feel everything you carry in your heart. You linger a little longer, holding her firmly, trying to close every single millimeter of distance between you, acting as if through that close physical contact you could contain all the love, protection, and longing accumulated in a single, sincere embrace. This transparent, constant, and open way of remaining united in public allows us to see, beyond any doubt, the true strength of the bond they share in their daily lives. Seeing how Jimin actively seeks that closeness with such determination, and how Jungkook accepts this space of mutual protection so comfortably, sweetly, and naturally, speaks volumes about the relationship they have built. These kinds of encounters confirm that their connection is unique and genuine, transparently showing us that when they are together, they don't need any kind of filter. They find the perfect place to rest, lean on each other, and demonstrate the immense affection they hold for one another. Jimin completely captivated the audience with his incredible and commanding stage presence during his recent performance in Baltimore. The impact of his live performance was so profound that the well-known content creator David.Koreanish, who actively posts explanatory videos about Korean culture and language on his Instagram account, decided to openly share his sincere reaction after seeing Jimin perform live as part of the Arirang World Tour in Baltimore. In his own words, the content creator expressed his utter amazement to his followers. "I have to admit that this man made me question my sexuality. I didn't know much about Jimin before attending the concert, but every time he took the stage, he seemed to absolutely own everything. His voice, his dancing, and even the way he moved around the stage was dazzling." The creator's words continue to reflect the true level of visual and professional impact that Jimin generates in anyone who has the opportunity to watch him sing and dance up close. The influencer added very directly about his experience at the event. "His stage presence is simply on another level. In a normal situation, I might feel a little uncomfortable talking about another man this way. But the reality is that if you saw him live, you would understand everything perfectly without needing any further explanation." This kind of transparent testimony from someone who wasn't familiar with Jimin's previous work demonstrates with real and verifiable facts the enormous capacity he possesses to captivate any type of spectator, commanding the attention of thousands of people thanks to the talent, ease, and natural elegance with which he handles every second of the show. Observing these kinds of honest reactions from people attending a show of this caliber for the first time is clear proof of how impressive Jimin is every time he steps onto a concert stage. The precise way he commands the space, the powerful execution of his choreography, and the quality of his live vocals demonstrate the constant work, discipline, and professional dedication he puts into his artistic career every single day. It's not simply about going on stage to sing or perform a memorized dance routine, but about the immense charisma and confidence he exudes in every moment of his performance, making it virtually impossible to look away as he performs his musical numbers in front of the huge, cheering crowd. This unique, magnetic, and dazzling brilliance that Jimin projects on stage is something Jungkook has always known, valued, and admired in their daily lives. The way Jungkook closely observes Jimin's every move during shows and the profound pride with which we witness the entire audience captivated by his talent clearly confirms the beautiful harmony and mutual support that exists within Jikook. Seeing Jimin triumph so spectacularly on international stages shows us the true magnitude of his artistry, reaffirming why they inspire each other to continue growing in D.